Hey everyone, I'm meteorologist Scotty Powell here. Wanted to give you a quick update on the potential for some severe weather. Let me make sure everything's up and going here before we really start. So give me just a second and make sure everything is up. All right, I think we are. Let me check the Facebook Live here, make sure we're up and going. And if we are, then I will we are not, so we're not up on Facebook. So give me just a second here, working out some of the kinks, and we'll get it going in just a little bit here. Just give me one moment here. We're still looking at what you're looking at is a picture of radar, and all right, I think we're going to get the Facebook Live going here in just a second. Just bear with us here. All right, I think we are live now on Facebook. That is good news. I want to see if I can try to cross post this. So again, just bear with us for just a second here. I'm going to try to get this video cross posted to our pages here. And that way we'll be able to get everything up and going. So bear with me for just one more moment, and we'll try to get this out and going to everybody. What you're currently looking at right now is radar, and there's a few storms out there. There's a few storms, but not too many right now. But we will most likely see that increase over the next few minutes. So, all right, I think we are up and going now. So let me get back here into you all. Okay, hello, I'm meteorologist Scotty Powell here. So hopefully, I want to check one more thing, make sure this is out and going before we kind of get into what's heading our way. I do want to make sure everybody can see us. All right, so it looks like we are. So hi, I'm going to click on here. Make sure if you have any questions, feel free to send them our way. We just had a severe thunderstorm watch issued. So let me pull that up here for just a second. Pull off this. Let's pull off the radar. You can kind of see this, this highlighted area here. That is a severe thunderstorm watch. It's going to cover most of the Piedmont and the upstate as well as the Midlands of South Carolina. This far includes the areas near Asheville, Hickory, up into the Statesville, Rowan, Cabarrus County, Raleigh's included, Fayetteville, Lumberton, Florence, down towards Sumter, Columbia, Greenwood, Newberry, and the Greenville, Spartanburg area, as well as Charlotte. So that kind of gives you an idea of what areas are seeing or under the severe thunderstorm watch. And this goes until 11 p.m. And our primary concern with this is going to be the possibility of seeing some damaging winds, as well as a few tornadoes and some large hail. So that is the concern. And I just want to make sure. Okay. So that's the concern with what's going on. So hail chances, kind of if you're looking at it right this way, I think damage and wind and hail are kind of the top two, and then the tornado threat is there. It's also a concern, especially where we can see this boundary set up. So I'm going to turn on the radar here. Let's turn on the dew points. And so you can kind of see here in the upstate of South Carolina, we have dew points in the 60s. We have dew points in the 50s along the Charlotte metropolitan area to the north along Interstate 40. So that is telling us that the front, the boundary, is right in that area. I was going to see if I could kind of telestrate for you guys. Here we go. Well, it went away. Let me try to get our tools here, and I'll try to show you where this boundary is at. So kind of see this blue line here. So this is roughly where the boundary's at right now. So anything south of this is going to be in the warm sector. Anything north of this boundary is kind of a more stable environment. But what's happening is this front continues to advance to the north ahead of a cold front, which is roughly draped right in this area over Tennessee. So we have a cold front moving in from this direction. We have a warm front moving in. And right here, we're going to see a low pressure or a triple point develop. And that's where we could see the most concerning part for a line of storms to develop. That's where we could see the most rotation. They kind of get on this boundary and just set there. So as this warm front continues to move, it could stall out over Charlotte. It could stall out over Interstate 40, or it could stall out here in the upstate. So wherever it stalls out at, there and along that front and just to the north is going to be the major concern for severe weather. So that is kind of the setup that we're looking at. Let's, don't know why I went off of that. Let's show you the SPC outlook. And so this SPC outlook, let's turn off the radar here. We'll turn off the watch. Well, we'll keep the watch on. It's a little bit, I'll show you. So this area in yellow, that is our slight risk of severe weather. That is a level 2 out of 5. That's where the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma thinks that the concentration of the most severe weather will be, and it kind of fits right in line with the severe thunderstorm watch. So if you live along Interstate 40, and let's say Interstate 40, Interstate 85 down to the 26 corridor, Interstate 20, 26 corridor, that is the concern for the severe weather. We do have one severe thunderstorm warning that is just in the far portions of the upstate of South Carolina. We can go to our radar and kind of show you that right now. So let's go to the radar and kind of show you where this severe thunderstorm warning's at. This is for Coney County. This is just in the Salem area, getting ready to move into Pickens County in the upstate. So that's the one severe thunderstorm warning currently in the Carolinas. We did have one earlier over southwestern North Carolina near the Colby area. But this is kind of where this warm front's at, and it will continue as the cold front kind of pushes it out. It'll continue to move off to the north and to the east. So those areas, again, along Interstate 40, Interstate 85, here's Interstate 2620. So anywhere between the Interstate 2620 corridor to the Interstate 40 corridor is where we're going to see the concentration of the most severe storm. So again, the tornado threat is there, but there's also a concern for damaging winds and large hail. And with the looking at the atmosphere aloft, we have some pretty chilly temperatures up there. So it wouldn't surprise me at all to see some larger size hailstones. Maybe not as large as we saw last night over the upstate, where some places saw baseball size hail, but I wouldn't be shocked to see quarter, nickel, quarter, maybe even up to golf ball size, ping pong ball size hail in some of these storms if they can really tap into that colder air aloft. We're going to see a lot of lightning and as well some damage and winds, and again the possibility of a brief tornado. Looking through some of your comments here. Time frame for Lexington County. So that's going to be in the Midlands. This is Lexington County. You're looking more towards the 9 to 11 o'clock time frame for this, give or take an hour or so. Again, so if you live in the Asheville area, the upstate of South Carolina, between 4 and 7 p.m., where we could see the biggest chance of severe weather. If you live in the foothills into the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area, let's say 5 to 8 p.m. is where we're going to see the main timing and concerns for severe weather. And then as you get into the Columbia area, off into eastern North Carolina, we could say 6 to 11, 6 to midnight for the major concern for the most severe weather. Again, all modes of severe weather in play. That includes damage and winds, a large hail threat, as well as a brief tornado. So those are all of the concerns there. So hopefully, a lot of folks saying they can't see the radar. Hopefully, you can see it now. Kind of give you an idea. So again, let's go back to our one radar screen here, and this kind of give you a better idea of what I like it better. It kind of plays into everything that we're seeing with. So again, here is the SPC outlook. This yellow area is a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5. I can turn this off, and you can kind of see this reddish line right here. That is your severe thunderstorm watch. That goes until 11 p.m. Again, with the severe thunderstorm watch, we could see damaging winds, large hail, and the possibility of a few tornadoes. So again, if you wanted to, if I was to draw an area, and I'll kind of draw it here for you. Let me get a different color here, so that'll show up a little bit better. So the warm front is going to be somewhere along this North Carolina, South Carolina line right now. We can see this warm front continue to push to the north. And then back here, we have a cold front over Tennessee that's going to continue to move this way. So we have the warm front moving to the north. We have the cold front moving from west to east. So somewhere in this area that I'm drawing is where we expect the warm front to be as that cold front moves through. So anywhere south of that warm front, you're game for severe weather. Anywhere along and just to the north of that warm front, you're also game for severe weather. And then as you get further north of the warm front, you get into a more cool and stable atmosphere. So that's why places like North Wilkesboro, Greensboro, up into Durham, Roxboro, places like that are not in the severe thunderstorm watch right now, just because we expect that to be a little bit more stable. So we're going to continue to watch this area, and I'm sorry for all the rough drawings here and stuff. I'm the one man in the everything right now. Everyone else busy. So I just wanted to break in, kind of give you an update on the severe thunderstorm watch that goes until 11 p.m. That's for the upstate and the Midlands of South Carolina, as well as the Western Piedmont and the central part of North Carolina. Again, damaging winds, large hail, and even a few tornadoes cannot be ruled out as these storms move through the area between now and 11 p.m. So we'll continue to monitor the weather. I'll be here monitoring the radar. I think a few other ones. Evan will probably join us later on. And if any tornado warnings or anything like that breaks out, we'll be sure to break in. But again, severe weather threat, again, for a good chunk of South Carolina. It seems like it's a broken record for you all with severe weather last night and severe weather over the weekend. Another round, but after this, it looks like we get into a more calm and cool period of time, at least for the next 5-7 days. So the severe weather threat will kind of wane over the next week. So we'll get over this hurdle, and then we'll see a few days without severe weather. So again, I'll be here to watch the radar. We'll break back in. Appreciate you guys joining us, and let us know what you're seeing. If you can report your weather safely, be sure to tag us on Twitter at Carolina WX Group. We'd love to see what's going on in your backyard if you can do it safely. Until then, we hope you have a great afternoon, and we will stay here in the Weather Center. We'll be monitoring everything, and we'll break in if anything, any warnings are issued.